good people of Earth. Chris Derschmidt. There we go. Trying to get my camera working. Hello, everybody. I'm going to go over some information. If I can get my camera to share screen. It's not letting me share screen. There it goes, I think. Okay, here we go. I want to go over some facts in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case. And I'm going to start with showing this picture right here. This is the picture of the alleged defecation that Johnny Depp is alleging Amber Heard did on his bed as some type of a mean revenge practical joke. But I want to show you, here's Johnny's guitar right here. Here's the pillow of the bed. Here's where somebody has turned the covers down and got out. So this defecation, if anybody does not like the language I'm going to use, please, if this is a trigger factor, go ahead and tune out now. Because this is a human function we do every day, and I need to cover this to prove some evidence. This is one of the leading pieces of evidence in this case. I'm going to disprove Johnny Depp. Here's his guitar. Here's his end table dresser drawer / nightstand with the drawer open. This would be his side of the bed. The guitar's over here. So I'm alleging this is probably his side of the bed. Here's a pillow. Here's where somebody got out of the bed. And this is one side of the bed, even if this isn't his side of the bed, and this is his side of the bed. This is the end of the bed. This defecation right here, I am alleging, is from one of the animals. Here's the animal claw marks, because dogs always try to clean and cover up their defecation. We all do it every day, right? So let's talk about this. And if this is the main piece of evidence, I'm going to disprove Johnny Depp. And whoever did this, I'm alleging it is one of their animals. This should be brought up for evidence of animal abuse. They admitted that they get marijuana in plastic bags, and nobody that has animals should ever be carrying around marijuana or hashish or whatever they have in plastic bags, because animals can smell like 100 times better than we can, and they're attracted to grass as it cleans out their stomach. There's a lot of nutrition in grass too, but that's why it makes them throw up. But if they ate a whole bag of marijuana or hashish, they would die. And I'm going to show some more proof of why you can see what's in this defecation. See how marijuana is red and green? That's what it looks like when it's really good and good quality marijuana, evidently. Cannabis, whatever you want to call it. And I will also show you that, let me get my picture out of the way. This picture, I've proven, is not on Johnny's side of the bed. Because here's his guitar, here's where the pillow is. It's not up in the middle. And I don't know if she's saying that she did do it as a practical joke. We'll hear soon. But this is definitely from an animal, from a dog that has eaten cannabis, and they go into comatose and they can die. And that's what this poor little animal, if this was even the time when they were smuggled in and been traveling for 20 hours on a plane in little cages, they just probably in shock already. If they ate this cannabis, or if this was from a different time, it was from some time when she was out of either on the island, or I'm not sure if they were in Australia at this point. But this would definitely most likely be Johnny Depp's side of the bed. Here's the pillow. So it definitely was not on his side of the bed, I'm alleging. Because here's his guitar. Here's the open dresser drawer. And it's similar to how he behaved, how he left his things open, smashed up the light shades, and admitted drug problems and alcohol problems and opioid addiction. So this is most likely his side of the bed. And even if it's not, this is definitely on the end of the bed. And I am definitely alleging it's from animal. There's only animal scratches around here, trying to show their masters how sick they are. And everybody knows they leave skid marks, and there's a big round mark, and there's watery marks, and it's pure black because this is blood. And this picture is a different picture because it's all dried up, and you can see the red in here. And that might be plastic trying to digest in their poor little stomachs. There's no human buttocks imprint on here, no human handprint on here, no human anything. It's just waves with these poor little animals. They're sick because they keep leaving marijuana around. So they should both be charges dismissed. I think they've both been lying. They should both be charged with animal abuse. Here's more pictures of it, but they're pretty much the same. You can see his guitar in the background. You can see all the little animal paws. It definitely wasn't in the middle of the bed or on Johnny's side. It was down at the foot of the bed, and there's little animal scratches. This is horrible what they're doing to each other. Here's his guitar. Here's where the pillow of the bed is. Here's one side of the bed that's most likely Johnny's side. And here's her side. And this poor little dog is trying to tell him that they're sick. These frickin' human beings need to be charged with animal abuse. Plain and simple. And Amber Heard has she's admitted to being on one of the 4 drugs she's on is Xanax. And right here it has memory impairment, depression, slurred or slow speech, dizziness, drowsiness. She kept saying, I remember this, I remember that. Well, this is why. Because one of the 4 drugs she's on causes memory impairment. This is so horrible. You people are so dumb. And, you know, she has grown up to not show fear. That's what her look is. See right here? Her look is one of not showing fear because she's admitted, this is proven by her parents. She's had to train horses since she was a little girl. Because at first I thought she was snotty too. I thought, oh, she looks cold and snotty. But it's because she's been trained to show no fear. And showing no fear includes not crying. Johnny Depp is a freaking wild horse that she could not tame. He's the one wild horse, the one wild Cherokee horse that she could not train. And she's the newbie in Hollywood. He should know better. He's the dad figure here. Even if she tried to corral him and he ran into the bathroom, why didn't you just go outside like a man or say, hey, we'll talk later? Why didn't they even try to get a separation? I mean, how many brains does that take? I think about half a brain cell to go get a separation because it seemed like they have love for each other, but she doesn't like his drug and alcohol problems. And she's on 4 prescription drugs, which causes more death than illegal drugs, according to recent statistics. Excuse me, I'm freezing, and I've been a target individual for 20 years, and no attorney groups will take my case. If anybody wants to help me, you can. There's like only 3 attorney groups in the country that handles nanotechnology, and one is in LA. I put in calls with them. They haven't called me back. There's so many attorneys that need to be fired and put in jail because they've done nothing but laugh at me. See my January 2021 video to show that I'm truly a targeted individual. It's really cold and the fan's blowing in here because it's kind of warm outside. But anyway, Johnny Depp is twice her age. You don't say, hey, come on, kid, come on. You want to fight me, and then make a fist and then butthead her. These are two Hollywood actor and actresses. She's an actress and he's an actor, right? So he's been around a long, long time. He's one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. He should know better. He should know better. You know, he did hit her on the side of the head and pulled her hair. He should admit his wrongdoing. Love thy neighbor, okay? If you guys are all going to sit in church every Sunday, then practice what you preach and stop ganging up. First it was on the Me Too movement with all the women. Now you're all backing Johnny and saying that she created this poop when she didn't. And that's why I'm going to prove it, because I'm not for Johnny Depp and I'm not for Amber Heard. I'm for the truth. And the truth is, he's a father figure. He's twice her age. She's a newbie in Hollywood. So he should have helped her out. If he couldn't get off drugs, and get a separation or leave the house, not hide in the bathroom. What, how many houses does he own? A whole circle, a whole end of Hollywood. He owns the entire, looks like what we call a turnaround. So it's like a private circular block with 5 or 6 houses on the end. He owns the island. Oh my God. You know, he should have been able to be a strong enough Cherokee man. Don't say I don't like Cherokee men either, because if I could find one that was drug free, I would take a Cherokee man over a white man, because I've been tortured by the U.S. Air Force. See all my reports from my January 2021. And I'm trying to get attorneys, but none will take my case yet. I'm trying to go over as much information as I can. These are just more pictures if they show. But please pull up if you put in Amber Heard poop or turd, excuse my language. You'll see all the different pictures. But there's just so many pictures that are not the same. There's a picture of the dried up, and it does show the marijuana. It shows whose ever little stomach this came out of, they're bleeding. Your poop should never be this back. They should call in an expert doctor witness. They should call in my doctor, Dr. Hildegard Standinger out of LA. She's an industrial toxicologist. She'll tell you black is a sign of blood. And there's big pieces that didn't digest, or the dogs would probably be dead. There should be a new law out of this case. You're not allowed to harbor any illegal drugs in plastic bags if you have animals. You have to carry it in a pet-proof container. Oh my God. And I don't do drugs. My only bad habit is coffee. And I'm going to tea now because I care about my health. We only get one life. Let's make it a good one, right? Amber, right? Mr. Depp. He's resorting to low tactics because he's getting old. I don't think he really loved her. He wouldn't have ever headbutted her or say, come on, kid. Come on, kid. You want to take me on, kid? You know, they both use Hollywood terms, so don't just blame Amber either. He called her Slim, and she called him, what was it, Steve or whatever. It's Slim and that other character, Lauren Bacall and, you know, the famous guy. I've got too much on my mind right now to get into that, and I only keep Hollywood in a small sector. I don't sit here and watch every single movie. I love Lauren Bacall and what was his name, Steve? Or I can't go there right now. I'm too involved in this case, and I got to get on to my own work and problems that I have to deal with. I've been targeted, and no frickin' attorney group will take my case because they're all handing out the patents for it, which is called intellectual property. When you hear people talk about PI, they're talking about intellectual property. And it's just like the internet at first. It's gone wild, but they've let it gone wild far too long. It's still all personal injury, premeditated murder when you're experimenting on a human being. Oh. And I'm so sick, I'm having trouble talk. They can read your thoughts. They can even make your throat start hurting. So everybody should focus on going to Dr. Hildegard Staninger. She's one of the few doctors in the entire country that handles victims of nanobots. And Johnny Depp better grow up. If he wants parts, why didn't he just get on with his life and get other parts if he doesn't even want the Disney? Disney possibly didn't want to hire him because they're a family channel. And he's admitted got drug uses. He's admitted coming late into every production he's ever had. And maybe they did put up with him for a long time, but he's getting old. So he needs to learn to come in on time and handle his own problems. He does sound like my dad. 99% of the time or 90%, he can be very quiet. But these drugs catch up with you. And his kids know it. And if they want him to come clean, they should come out and tell the truth like me. You don't have to be for one side or the other, because the truth usually hides somewhere in between. And if he was a true Cherokee Indian, then he knows the circle of wind, fire, air, and rain. And to hold that sacred. Life is sacred. You don't, their main features of to get work are their face and their bodies. There's mainly Johnny Depp sitting here beating her to death. Sure, he knew to beat her on the side, to punch her on the side where it's called physical abuse that doesn't show. And pulling the hair, because he's been in Hollywood a long, long time. His friends are Alice Cooper, Keith Richards. They know, they've trained him. He's one of the highest paid actors, if not the highest paid actor, because I don't want to take the time to look. They should all be cut off after about 2,000 or 3,000, million. At the very most, 5 million. That should be the top off for any Hollywood movie star. Then he wouldn't have the money to become a drug addict. Now remember, Amber is on Xanax, and she has memory impairment. And she's been trained from a child on not to show fear, not to cry. That's why she has a hard time crying. And it was 6 years ago. Can you cry from something that happened 6 years ago? That's just a freaking lie. And she's under stress. I've been a target individual for 21 years. They've targeted every part of my body over and over again, 24/7. Call up Dr. Hildegard Staninger out of LA, a naturopathic toxicologist and an industrial toxicologist. Ask her if you don't believe me. Call her in for depositions. And they've been spraying it over all the United States. We all have nanobots. But they specifically targeted me when my brother has given Boeing and all the Orange County area companies the highest of the highest technology on earth. And they've taken it for them greedy selves. My brother's the creator of the undetectable stealth and anti-nuclear missile systems. He's higher than Elon Musk and Tesla technology. And now he's dead because he had an alcohol problem. And they wouldn't let him come in late. He was coming in at 4 p.m, but he worked till midnight or 1 a.m. or the rest of the day and night. He loved his work. He didn't even get married because he loved his work. He was a careeraholic, I should say. I've been a workaholic and a careeraholic, but I've never had alcohol with the problems in my family. My dad, my mom, my sister for a while, and my younger sister can't get a job either. She's has a doctor's degree in pharmacy in Denver, and she can't get a job because she's got 2 or 3 DWIs. And when you deal drugs, who wants to hire someone that has charges of DWI, which is drinking while driving? And she could be worse. You know, I don't get into other people's business that much. But let's get the truth out. Because Lord knows we need to get the poop out. And this is the truth, because there's Johnny's guitar. Probably the fret strings are about 3 inches. So you test this. And they've enlarged the picture too. They've enlarged it. Here's Johnny's guitar. Here's the pillow. Here's one side of the bed. This poop is down at the bottom of the bed. And here's the little claw marks of the dog. There's no imprints of a human hand, of a human buttocks, of a human anything. This is down at the end of the bed. And like I said, I'm not for Amber Heard. I'm not for Johnny Depp. I've given positive things about both of them. I've given negative things about both of them. I'm asking the human citizens to grow up and quit going on a bandwagon. And you sit in church and think, well, I want to go to heaven. Well, why don't you learn to love thy neighbor? There's an infinite amount of positive things that can come out of this case. The Judge Penny can create a win-win. And I'm the one that started this saying win-win. And the U.S. military and the police task force admitted by the FBI director, Ray, W-R-A-Y. I tried to make other videos, but it says my memory and my disk is full, so I couldn't make the other videos. And they've striked me when I tried to show my doctor reports again that my body is loaded with nanobots. And Melinda Kidder, the private investigator for Dr. Hildegard Standinger, please, I need an attorney group to pull these two in and get depositions on them. And I have called Rotenbottom. I'm not going to call him Rotten Bottom and call him mean names either. He's a high. If you look at his net worth, should be going after him, women. He's probably married anyway, but he says he's worth at least, I think, 5 or 10 million, it said. And I'm not into money. I just happened to notice that because I tried to call him to take my case. I hope they take my case next. But get smart, people. And if he is a true Cherokee Indian and a true good actor, you sit back and don't talk first, and you listen, and then you learn how to handle this in a positive manner. There's infinite amount of ways to handle this in a positive manner. And I hope Judge Penny realized there can be a win-win here. We never have to have war. If you listen to my past videos, I hear God calling. It's time for no war. That's my song. I'm just haven't been practicing, and I've been targeted for 20 years, and they target my vocal cords to make me sound bad. But I'll try to sing one sentence of it. I hear God calling. It's time for no war. I can't sing it quite that good right now, but you get the message. Anyway, I hope I've given you enough to prove that Amber is not cold. She's not lying. She's on Xanax, which causes memory impairment, one of the 4 drugs she's on. The poop is from dogs. This picture is a different picture from this picture because this picture is a dried up piece. I bet the maid that took this picture then, if that's who it was, I bet she doesn't even speak English, it sounded like. And she was just calling up complaining that she didn't want, so Johnny never even saw this. If she took the picture and then she cleaned up the mess. And this shows, this picture, it's not on Johnny's side of the bed because there's his guitar. He put his guitar on his side of the bed. It's down at the end of the bed, and here's little animal claw marks. So I'm asking, Judge Penny, get smart. Johnny Depp is causing perjury because either out of reckless disregard or direct knowledge, which is called intentional, but punitive punishment. Punitive means punishment. Punitive damages should be awarded for wrecking this lady's career. I think they both got some problems to work on. Give them a year to straighten out, both of them. For Johnny to have to take a drug blood test every day. And Amber to get off the Xanax. If anybody's guilty, it's these drug companies. The legal drug companies, the Xanax drug companies, the cannabis companies, because they're making these humans act this way. So these actors got to learn that citizens aren't going to put up with this crap. We want drug-free actors and actresses. Everybody can take a little bit. They should have a limit how much they can have. Johnny Depp has taken all of his money and has now got a coke addiction, an opioid addiction. that he can't get rid of. Instead of getting out and being social and just hanging out in good places like I do, like at coffee houses, tea houses. It's horrible. Horrible. Maybe they should rename their band the Hollywood Good Guys and enlighten people instead of playing hard rock vampire music. Okay, I better go. Peace out. God bless for now. If anybody can help me with my case, I'm at 480-257-3321. This is a public announcement, public service announcement. So I have the right to use these photos for a short period of time for the public interest. And hopefully it will help both of them, because I'm not on either side at all. I won't even say that I didn't know about Aquaman or see a lot of the movies, but I used to love Disney until I found out they were satanic and they were into the pedophilia. I quit supporting Disney altogether. So please, people, grow up. Johnny Depp is making a desperate attempt to say this is Amber's defecation because she filed that, what do you call it, no-op, or that op-ed report on him. So he's trying to get her back. Get any little crap he can on her. That's what's happening here. Get smart, people, please. I can't handle the stupidity that's coming out. Peace out. God love and protect. This is Chris. Signing out for now. Talk to you later and have a good one. Remember what I said. Write it down if you need to. The 10 points that I've said about this case. And don't get involved with the crap and the poop that Johnny Depp is slinging. And now all the citizens have jumped on that bandwagon. And I am not for him and I'm not for her. I'm for the truth. Clean up, both of you. Straighten up, and I'm sure you'll get more parts, what you want. It's more important to be a good human being for the rest of our lives than to get parts. Cherish your body. It's a holy temple. It's the only one you get. And you're both getting close to the end. Hopefully you can have a longest career as you want. It's in your own hands, Johnny. So don't sling the mud back at her. You could have done a lot of other things besides go after her. You could have went around and gave seminars and told your story. You could have went around the country, did half music and the other half on, the first half on being an abuser and the victim of an abuser. But I think this needs to get more lighthearted. He's got a severe anger, physical abuse problem, and I can see why she feared for her life. She should have probably got out and not tried to corral that wild horse. That wild Cherokee horse is not one horse you want to mess with. Just hearing that he was calling her a cunt and wanted to F her dead corpse. No guy I've ever dated or ever would date is going to say those words to me, let alone would I marry him. Peace out.